Espinal. He'll try his luck from a long way out. Easy enough for Tatenda Makruva.
Not a bad idea. Anyways, you got Elijah Amo running in. So if Makruva can't get that clean, Amo's always got a chance on it. The pounce.
We talked earlier about how much cleaner the Bobcats looked in this first half than a month ago when they were here after that long layoff. Have they been appreciably better in wide areas like we talk about?
You know, I don't think I've seen it yet so far, and you're thinking with the Jacob Campbell on the field now, maybe they're trying to figure that out too. Now we say that, now he's rotating up really high on the left flank side, which of course they've been listening. But I mean, not yet so far, but we're still in a little bit. You have an idea that Stars knew what they're getting themselves into today as well. That flat back four may be a little bit more stifling to those outside backs. You don't have to pull that kind of the wingers back or wing backs like you would in a 3-5-2 to be able to slow it down. But I mean, as this game goes on, you see Jacob Campbell sliding farther and farther up on the wing, which then means that Espinal can slide inside and still have a really good left wing presence behind him. You see Jacob Campbell's heading the bomb screen bobbing away, heading back to get back in line defensive wise. The last game, I don't remember that movement as much from those outside backs getting forward. It's a good sign for him.
Bobcats have a throw in. Fans can cheer on their favorite NISA club all season long by visiting Passage, the official ticketing partner of NISA. You can find tickets for NISA matches at tickets.nisasoccer.com. Apologies for some of the technical issues that we've been having here this evening out in Romeo. That's an issue with the internet connection for whatever reason, ghosts in the machine or something like that.
Wind?
Happy to report, yeah, maybe it is the wind. Happy to report that we are back on live now in the 30th minute, still scoreless between the two top teams in the East, Michigan Stars in white, Maryland Bobcats in gold and black. Sako Kanate to Hunter Olsen. Unable to unlock the defense. He had Marich ahead of him. Here comes Wape with great balance and pace, but Amo walled off by Colin Stripling, and maybe it shouldn't be a surprise, although it caught us a little bit off guard. The expectation was Niels Lelouch would be the other center back. Instead, it's been Stripling, who is that steady hand. He's 29 years old, knows what it takes to win in this league, coming from Chattanooga. I think his experience and his timing has really shown back there against a really dynamic and, as we continue to say, really good front three for the Bobcats.
Yeah, he's partnered really well with Sako Kanate, and then you think about what him being back there doing a job that he has done for this team as well, because now they're able to put Lelouch up into the midfield and sometimes into even a higher role we've seen from time to time.
Gabara coming in.
I was going to say, they always find good center backs. We don't know how they do it. They always are bringing in good center backs here at the Michigan Stars.
And they're without Sebastian Kapazuki right now, who's the most experienced of those center backs. Campbell cutting it. Down he goes. Well, won by Olsen. Only Marich up there, however. Back to Makruva. Long-time Michigan Stars keeper. I think it's maybe just him and Shalbad who's left from that first season. Stephen Yunchai as well, of course.
Whoa, I was going to say, that's going to be indirect.
Well, that is handling outside the box. Beg pardon, back pass.
Yeah.
Jeepers.
So now the oddity with this, too, you're going to be able to tell that I just recertified yesterday. I looked this up because I wasn't sure. It's going to be trickery from where the actual trickery is, which was where the ball was passed back, I think is what the referee's saying. But really, oftentimes when it's farther away, it's my own opinion, I'm thinking, unless he grabbed it outside the box, because it was definitely passed right back to him by a defender, which would not be handling. It would be actually an illegal pass back. You call trickery on the knocking back more than likely. That's why you put it right there. Because a goalkeeper is allowed to pick it up with their hands unless it's played back with feet. So it's really confusing. It's not actually handling call. if that's what it was, because that ball looks like it's on the line where the official placed it, so it must be the illegal pass back. So indirect, which is why they're all trying to find a space, and right now they're blaming each other.
Campbell and Aka, mostly Aka versus Stripling, Kanate, and Marich.
And there you see the height issue. That could be effective. Now, this is very tight, though. No one's going to get a whole lot of run up here, but shouldn't matter that much with height.
No trickery here. The low ball in. Lelouch is wrestled to the ground. Mwape will try and clear this, and he's kind of able to do so. He's won the throw-in. Stars player went to ground.
When you're drafted out of the press box to go officiate a game, you figure you need to go back and get recertified to get it, make sure. That's one of the trickier calls in the game about where that ball is actually placed. That's not where you would have thought the infraction is. It's where the infraction started.
Ooh, Kosease leaves his man in the dust, or the rubber pellets, I suppose, on an artificial surface. Crossfield to Amo.
There's lots of dust on him.
Good read. Chalbot cut that off. Stepping in front of Darwin Espinal. Yunchai. Good ball quickly for Olsen, who has plenty of pace. With Aka trying to turn him inside out. Hoofed away by Amo. Throw in for the Stars. And now we can maybe see our first long throw-in attempt of the evening, which is one of Hunter Olsen's specialties.
That's what it is right there. Elias McLeod passing it over to Hunter Olsen. They're going to take the time. What a great effort by Amos coming back and breaking that play up. That second defender was needed there.
So often the target is Kanate, closest to the near post, trying to head the ball on for a teammate. We'll see if that's who Olsen tries to pick out here. Yeah, he is the target. It is headed on. Lelouch not able to make contact, and a free kick against the Stars anyway. Of course, I think we know where a long throw-in might come from Maryland Bobcats. It'll be Jacob Campbell. In years past, with the Stars, well, last year in particular, Campbell can take him on one side, Olsen on another. Stars have also had Anthony Bowie before, who also had a great long throw-in.
Yeah, a number of guys do. Not just floated balls that have distance, usually pretty well targeted. You get there in a hurry. On a day like this, you actually can float them just because of the height difference. So often finding Kanate or Lelouch, Stripling, so many targets.
Back to Boyle. That bounced on Aka a little bit. Right out for a throw-in. That's good pressing by Olsen just to hang with him. Throw-in taken quickly. Can the Stars take advantage? Marich sends that across the face of goal. Was always spinning away from that back post, and Madukwe not quite able to get there. Goes back to one of the keys we talked about. Don't give them an inch. That gave the Stars a little bit of an opening.
Yeah, and for the height that Leon Marich is, he can generate a shot very quickly for the height he is. We saw that in the spin, and really think the speed of how quickly he turned was actually what pulled the ball away from the goal mouth. But he had to turn quick to get a shot off clean.
And Stripling not able to keep that from running out of play. He had a concussion in practice earlier in the season and missed one match. And Poseidon racing back in front of Leon Marich. Forka. There's Mwape. Bit of space. Brady Walker tracking back. Left back, the right wing. Thrown to the Bobcats. Kelvin Mwape, a super technical winger. Gabara shaking loose for the left-footed cross. Espinal's over there. Olsen just throws himself in front and heads it behind. Hunter Olsen, the kind of guy that never seems to get tired, does he?
No, he does not. It's not a shock that he does well at the flank. Not a shock. He can grind it out centrally. He works.
Espinal's delivery headed to the back post. It's headed back over the top of the goal, and we'll have a corner from the opposite side this time. That means Gabara will whip this in. Went near post, and Lelouch will send it on its way. That's really all Hunter Olsen can do in that situation. McLeod will chase after it. And Forka. Gabara still up there. This is Travis Ward, who hasn't gotten forward much in this first half. That's just popped up into the air. It's poked in. And Richard Forka puts Maryland Bobcats on the board. Not exactly known for his goal-scoring exploits, Richard Forka, but he is Johnny on the spot. And the Bobcats in the 39th minute and away from home have the lead. I'm not sure I can say that it felt like that was really coming, but on balance, Bobcats deserve that for sure.
Yeah, they've had some opportunities, and give them a second chance on the corner kick. They weren't able to convert right away. And on that one right there, the ball comes down. Stars defender loses their player for a second. More worried about Bobcat attacker. Ball takes an awkward bounce. Onto Forka's foot. Slides it by Makruva.
Well, Michigan Stars have to go chasing another one. It's not exactly new territory for them. They have come from behind late so frequently this year. And Stripling, nifty little touch for Sako Kanate. Olsen, Yunchai, bringing that infield. Olsen goes down off the ball. It's a really nice idea to try and flick that through for Praise Madukwe. Olsen's still down. I think he took a stray to the side of his face.
Yeah, really surprised that that wasn't stopped right away. They must not realize he got it in the head area. Jacob Campbell's going to run back to check on him.
And Richard Forka got wiped out as well inside his own 18-yard box. Jacob Boyle helps him to his feet.
Looks like a stern talking to maybe to Elias McLeod. Middle of the park. Quick mention from the official.
That Bobcats goal really started with Travis Ward and that good run that he made up that flank. We just said it hadn't happened too frequently so far in the opening half. And as I make that statement, he makes something happen. That skipped under Travis Ward, and that will be Bobcat throw. And McLeod stayed on his feet. Olsen made kind of an underlapping run, which maybe wasn't what was necessary in that place and time, and then Madukwe trying to play it on for Olsen, but through to Boyle. You could see what Olsen was doing. I think he was trying to carve out space for McLeod to advance. Not quite on the same wavelength, those two.
Yeah, and really, they needed an option that was a little bit farther the opposite way of the way that Olsen went for just a quick one-touch, long diagonal ball, and they're in. So they had 3 or 4 guys almost making a similar run to what Olsen was doing. It's just Olsen was trying to pull a defender with him.
Marich tried to head that in field. Didn't really work. Olsen was in an offside position, had to come back. Lelouch, well read. Stephen Yunchai. There's nobody available to the outside, and now Walker has inched his way further up the field. Ball didn't bounce how McLeod was hoping it might. And the strength of Darwin Espinal, and he's played that really, really nicely to Calvin Mwape, and he's got Gabara to his right, Kanate on his heels. Here's Gabara trying to cut in on the left foot. He'll have a go! What a strike from Tyler Gabara. It's 2-0 Bobcats right before halftime. Well, Maryland were undone by 2 goals in 3 minutes from Leon Marich a month ago, and now it's 2 in 4 minutes for the Bobcats in round 2.
You saw that starting at midfield when it was a 3v3 running at the Stars line with pace. Schaubau was having a hard time getting inside of Amo, and that seemed like that was the battle, and Amo got goal side towards Makruva. I don't know if that pulled him across a little bit. That's finished near post again.
That's Mwape feeling at his right hamstring from the looks of it.
And the fact that he's stretching it right now, that's just good news that hopefully it's just a cramp for him. Center official was tapping his watch for make sure everyone understands that yes, I do know how stoppage time works. Yes, I will be adding it.
I know. Heard it before.
I have 2 watches on. I don't think I'm Kevin Leary. I just keep time.
4 minutes of stoppage time is our understanding, although that may grow a little bit as Mwape is helped off. Well, it's quite a mountain for Michigan Stars to climb now, with 2 goals in the latter stages of this first half from Maryland Bobcats.
And I think a big disappointment, too, for them. You think as coaching staff, you're looking, okay, how did we get outnumbered like that and on a quick counter like that? Where was our 6? Where was someone else covering for him? You know, sometimes, yes, you only have 3 backs back out of the 4, but just the point that they got flat like that. A 3v3, not a good situation that you're expecting to have with the players you've got in the field today.
So we'll see if the Stars can get one back in stoppage time. We're used to seeing them score in second half stoppage time, not first half time. Stars may well have their work cut out for them in the second half, just breaking down this Maryland team and getting them out of their shape. Nothing there for Shalbot. Stripling still with the pace to run that ball down. Oh, that was awkward as Kanate made contact with the ball. He just lost his footing. Boyle dives at the feet of Praise Madukwe. And then stretches.
It might be a shin guard. See? No, shin guards are, oh, there it is. That is the obligatory power dive when you're in stoppage time the first half up 2-0.
Hey, why wouldn't you in that situation?
That is going to happen there. You know it is.
Lelouch won that aerially. Now to Praise Madukwe.
Talked to a keeper last week, same situation, but one time he didn't go down the power dive, and I asked him, because I thought I knew the answer, why he didn't go on a power dive. He said, I was a little bit off balance, and it felt really awkward, but I should have. I should have found a way to go down a power dive at that point. Just got milking that clock, 1-0 in stoppage time. Just assume it's going to happen.
Yunchai tried to step in front of Koseyase. Stars have won it back. And Olsen still with pace in the box, just beaten to it by Boyle. That's really brave goalkeeping. That couldn't have felt great. Jacob Boyle taking a bit of contact. Free kick to the Stars. I heard 2 whistles and thought maybe that was a very quick 4 minutes of stoppage time. We will play on.
I wanted the same thing. Should be about just under a minute left in it, you'd imagine. Stars taking their time trying to sort something out, rotating in Hunter up the far side. At some point, they got to go forward.
Stephen Yunchai. Not a whole lot he could do with that. Here comes Brady Walker, a name we have called very infrequently in this first half, and he drags that over the line himself, and it's a goal kick for Boyle.
He doesn't want that ball to the left of him.
No, not the one that's conveniently located on the stand right next to the goal.
I think he was just called out on it, had to go get it, the one that was next to him. Hey, that's just soccer IQ.
Yeah, Marcus Barnett, the AR on the near side. Okay, come on. We all know what you're doing.
At a tournament last weekend where the ball went past the goal and the goalkeeper was jogging after it, telling people, don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it, as it kept rolling farther and farther away from the field. He tried to kill the game at U12.
That's smart. Learn young.
Oh, absolutely. It was so funny. People were so confused, and the people understood were laughing. Knew he was on his game.
Kanate against Pasayan wins the throw-in.
Might as well throw it right at the goal because it's got to be time now.
And Olsen hustles over so he can do just that. 2 field players back for the Stars, Walker and Shalbot. Really everybody else is up there in the 18-yard box. There's the line drive throw. Bounces across the 6. Lelouch not able to make contact. Boyle has it. And Lelouch, I think, inadvertently took out Jacob Campbell. That's all for the first half. And, you know, as pedestrian as Maryland Bobcats looked in the first half a month ago, they looked fantastic in the first 45 this time.
Yeah, and even if they would have looked like last time, they got 2 goals out of it. But with this, yeah, they played really, really well. They've got some combinations going, and it's so much more crisp and opportunities. That last one, though, numbers forward. They knew what they wanted to do. Didn't slow down. Looked really, really good.
So the Bobcats putting that official Zara Nisa soccer ball in the back of the net twice in the latter stages of the first half. Goals from Forka and Gabara. It's 2-0 Bobcats at the break.
Rochester Hills Northwestern is up from 12, now at 10.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We were responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic students can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stand should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game. We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while maintaining a high level of respect for all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Are you looking to take your game to the next level? Did you know that MSN is now offering player recruitment videos? Our packages include a player profile where you show your preferred positions, the club, the league, or school that you play in, your current coach contact information, and more. The highlight videos could be self-submitted, 15 to 30 clips that will be put into a 3 to 7 minute long video. Video review of your Huddle, VO, or other platforms that you might have video on, as well as for an additional charge, MSN can come out and film games for you to create those clips. Our coach evaluation process, which is also an additional charge, where we have college coaches from various levels across the United States that will review your game film and provide feedback on how to improve that film, as well as also evaluating your play and what you can improve on. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
Our mission is to help players take their game to the next level and reach their potential. Not only do we help develop fundamental technical skills such as ball control in tight spaces with different surfaces, dribbling at speed and changing direction, using a variety of 1v1 skills to create space, receiving on a half turn, hook turn, and out of the air, finishing off the dribbling, one-touch, volleys, and headers. We help players get comfortable performing these skills at game speed, with pressure, and with both their dominant and non-dominant foot. In addition, we help players with their speed of play, awareness of space, defenders and teammates, and also dominate with their off-the-ball movement. We offer a variety of services such as one-on-ones, small groups, large groups, as well as team sessions. We have an experienced coaching staff that is professional, friendly, patient, while still holding players to high standards and holding them accountable. No matter what level you're at as a player, I'm confident we can help you get better. Over the past 3 years, we've built one of the best soccer-specific training facilities in the country and developed one of the most detail-oriented programs to help out players. Visit our website.
I'm a husband. I'm a father.
I'm a sister.
I'm a son. I'm a brother.
I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a referee.
I'm a referee.
I am a referee.
I'm a referee.
Now Worrell has a good cutback from him. He'll fire one, and that's going to go in!
Granite City Food and Brewery has 2 Michigan locations in Troy and Northville. Serves made-from-scratch food, brews in-house beer, and even has brunch every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. To learn more about their daily specials or to book a private party, visit gcfb.com. Make sure you head over to Granite City in Northville at the corner of 7 Mile and Haggerty, or the Troy location at 16 Mile and I-75.
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
to more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Halftime here in Romeo. Right now, the visitors, Maryland Bobcats, 2 goals to the good. 2 goals in 4 minutes against the Michigan Stars. Last year's runners-up, it's Maryland Bobcats 2, Michigan Stars 0. Back in the booth, Mason Lowry, Chris Black. Nice to have you along. Maryland Bobcats took their chances, Chris, in the first half, and those are chances that the Stars just weren't able to create for the most part.
Yeah, you give them credit. I mean, a lot more urgency, I think, in the attack for the Bobcats, and you saw one kind of grind out goal, ball bounce around, someone gets on the end of it, which was Forka in that situation, and then that counter. 3v3, they went in a hurry, just not that urgency, I think, on the Star side, the dig defensively. But, you know, when you win a lot of late games, maybe that's part of it, or it just wasn't in the moment, and it just wasn't in the cards for that moment, and a big hole now to dig out of.
We've seen some really good goals in this rivalry the last couple of years. We saw a very similar one actually scored down at that end. This year it's Tyler Gabara doing it for the Bobcats, kind of cutting in on the left foot and hitting an absolute thunderbolt past a Tendon McCruva. That was some finish, the second one.
Yeah, it was in the near post, low, hard to deal with, and that's so difficult for a keeper, trying to deal with everything and get your feet just right, then a low, hard shot like that. So tough for McCruva to deal with.
So Michigan Stars will have a lot of work to do in the second 45 minutes. It does feel like if they can get a goal early second half, cut the deficit in half, it would give them something to play for. Otherwise, they got to go and chase this thing after the break. 2-0, Maryland Bobcats leading Michigan Stars. You're watching NISA on NISA Plus and Michigan Soccer Network. Be right back.
Are you looking to take your game to the next level? Did you know that MSN is now offering player recruitment videos? Our packages include a player profile where you show your preferred positions, the club, the league, or school that you play in, your current coach contact information, and more. The highlight videos could be self-submitted, 15 to 30 clips that will be put into a 3 to 7 minute long video. Video review of your Huddle, VO, or other platforms that you might have video on, as well as for an additional charge, MSN can come out and film games for you to create those clips. Our coach evaluation process, which is also an additional charge, where we have college coaches from various levels across the United States that will review your game film and provide feedback on how to improve that film, as well as also evaluating your play and what you can improve on. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
Our mission is to help players take their game to the next level and reach their potential. Not only do we help develop fundamental technical skills such as ball control in tight spaces with different surfaces, dribbling at speed and changing direction, using a variety of 1v1 skills to create space, receiving on a half turn, hook turn, and out of the air, finishing off the dribbling, one-touch, volleys, and headers. We help players get comfortable performing these skills at game speed with pressure and with both their dominant and non-dominant foot. In addition, we help players with their speed of play, awareness of space, defenders and teammates, and also dominate with our off-the-ball movement. We offer a variety of services such as one-on-ones, small groups, large groups, as well as team sessions. We have an experienced coaching staff that is professional, friendly, patient, while still holding players to high standards and holding them accountable. No matter what level you're at as a player, I'm confident we can help you get better. Over the past 3 years, we've built one of the best soccer-specific training facilities in the country and developed one of the most detail-oriented programs to help out players. Visit our website.
I'm a husband. I'm a father.
I'm a sister.
I'm a son. I'm a brother.
I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a referee.
I'm a referee.
I am a referee.
I'm a referee.
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
Now Worrell has a good cutback from him. He'll fire one, and that's going to go in!
Well, Michigan Stars, 45 minutes to turn this thing around. Goals from Richard Forka and Tyler Gabara. It's 2-0 Bobcats at the break. So what has to change for Michigan Stars here, do you think, Chris?
Well, for one thing, I mean, you were talking about in pregame, talking about getting something out set pieces. They haven't been that good on set pieces. Yeah, it's been kind of dangerous, but they haven't asserted their size or their strength or their length of players really on those set pieces. So they need to make the most of anything they get, you know, in a little bit more urgency defensively, because a third goal against is catastrophe at this point. So you got to clean up in front of that back line. A little bit more urgent there. Maybe build for that set piece, but you know, get into the counterattack we've seen so often from the Stars, and get them on the score line as well. Put a little pressure, because one thing the Bobcats can't do is drop defensively. Because if they drop defensively, now you're talking about really the Stars being able to take advantage of their height. Suddenly you're getting Leon Marich, balls served onto his head just outside the 6, instead of really having to work for opportunity. So I think it's going to be a little bit of a chess match as this game goes on. When do the Bobcats drop off, and do they pay for it with the height difference? And then can the Stars keep this at 2-0 and not give up a third? Because that would just be an absolute catastrophe. They couldn't come back from. We're going to see a sub now for the Stars to start this second half. And I wonder if that's going to be, that'll be into the midfield. Oh, no, looks like a wide player. Is that Daniel Wright?
That is Dan Wright. He can play at left back. He can play at left wing. That is, I have to think, more of an attack-minded change.
Yeah.
Could be a straight swap with Walker at left back, too, as we've not gotten any signal. The board hasn't gone up for the substitution yet. I think Brady Walker is out there just next to Tatenda Makruva.
Know of a Bobcats player added in as well.
So Mwape and Amo, who both went down at stages of the first half. It's Praise Madukwe who's off for Daniel Wright.
Yeah, so next question is Wright stay up there? Do they they make some changes. It'll be interesting to see how they really line up in this lineup with him in there, because so many of these Stars players have been interchangeable. We've seen Schalbad play numerous places, Olsen play numerous places, and they really can move some players around.
And right is wide right on the kickoff to start the second half. Away by Tongwa Aka. He's a player that conversation we had with Alex Cal 3 weeks ago, he is really high on. Native of Laurel, Maryland, played college soccer in West Virginia. Oh, and Gabara nearly caught Kanate out. Luckily, Tatenda Makruva perpetually is playing way outside of his goal mouth.
I mean, so often you talk about goalkeeper being the 11th attacker. I think Makruva probably feels more like the 8th attacker.
A little bit further up the pecking order than is usually the case.
Yeah, I was trying to explain a scorpion kick to a 9-year-old today and mention Rene Higuita, and really just blank stare from the 9-year-old, of course. But I'm like, you know what? I could see Makruva doing it. So a little bit of confidence.
We'd be a better place if more 9-year-olds knew Colombian goalkeepers of decades past.
I did tell him, said, talk to your dad. Talk to your dad. Ask him if you can watch Higuita on YouTube. There's got to be videos of it.
Elijah Amo gets wiped out by Brady Walker. Yeah, watch his scorpion kick and then watch him screw up royally against Cameroon in the 1990 World Cup. Anyway, it's Travis Ward who helped create that opening goal. And that's Wilfred Tenay, who was the player that came on. I think he did come on from Wape, matter of fact.
That was it, the 80 for 18 swap.
That's a nice little touch in field from Ward. Kosease for Jacob Campbell on his return to Southeast Michigan, having spent the last couple of years here with the Stars. Amo at the top of the box. Gabara wasn't far away. There's Dominic Kosease. And that goes against the Bobcats. So here come the Stars, who have to chase this thing. Hunter Olsen, that's a really nice ball up ahead. If Marriage can get on the end of it, which he can. Terrific tackle from Aka. That was masterful last-ditch defending. Richard Forka now down. Scored the opening goal, the 39th minute.
Yep, that was the counterattack that we were talking about. Looking for something quick and fast, and then they took advantage of it.
Nice little crowd here this evening, by the way, in Romeo, and what's become a really nice night. We said the 20, 30 minutes before kickoff, the sky was just dark gray and didn't look great. It's become a really lovely evening, and you just saw Travis Ward make the universal signal to the bench that, hey, players got to come off.
That at least gives a little bit of a head start to the possible sub to speed up their dynamic movements. And, of course, depending on how much more times they need, Forka's going to take that much time before he can get off the field.
And now Pasayan saying, yeah, hurry up. Get someone ready.
Bobcats had 3 guys up, but that's not that strange. Coming out of halftime, oftentimes you'll have your presumed next subs in, up and going a little bit, make sure they're not stiff.
So Andrew Wivel, Gavin Shields, Julian Hodek, Sean Sharma, potential options. You have to make a defensive change. And I think that's Andrew Wivel, who has curtailed his warm-up, and indeed it is. Andrew Wivel, somebody I was a bit surprised to see not in the starting 11. He's been such a productive player for the Bobcats the last couple of years. Last year had 7 assists. He was tied with Andres Chalbot of the Stars That department has 1 goal this year. You know, they do play with an edge to them, Maryland Bobcats, but as edgy as they can be at times, they are equally technical. They've got a lot of really technically gifted young men. Wivel certainly among them.
Cool.
Espinal. Oh, that was neat.
There it was. And you were saying.
Don't you love when that works out? Lelouch for Yunchai. Olsen. Can Yunchai rampage through and take a touch? No, he can't. Koseyase clears. Wilfred Tenay trying to latch onto it. Headed back to tend to Makruva, however. Marich never been shy about coming back an awfully long way to take a touch and try and place somebody else in. But if he's having to come back into his own half of the field, that's maybe not the best thing for Michigan Stars.
Yeah, if he's rotating that far back, you've got to have a presence up top, and you're hoping he's pulling Bobcats in so that he can get Hunter Olsen on the run on a second or a third ball. That certainly would be helpful, at least there. But if he's coming back and he was their highest player, the Bobcats line's not dropping with him. It's really not helping.
Here's Gabara. Scored a magnificent second goal in the first half. So it's ironic that on a team that's got the likes of Darwin Espinal and Abdou Yama off the bench, those 2 first-half goals come from guys that just aren't really goal scorers in the traditional sense. Forka and Gabara, who I've always thought of last 2 years with Albion San Diego, more of a creator.
I mean, it almost, to me, first half, almost my player of the match for the Bobcats, and it's been the runs he made where he affected other people, getting in on the goal that, Fork ended up scoring. As well, coming back and being a second defender to stop a Michigan Stars attack. And when your key players are making big plays either off the ball or setting up some other players, that's huge for a team. As long as they are technical, like you're talking about, enough guys are technical enough to take advantage of that opportunity that comes their way.
One thing that occurs to me we haven't seen really from Stars is Andres Schalbad able to get forward, and this is a much better team when his rapid pace is able to come from deep and offer that additional wide outlet.
Yeah, and you wonder if that's just a product of the attacking ability of the Bobcats and having flank players that are so dangerous, keeping Espinal out wider. So Schalbad has to stay home. That certainly could be part of it. Or the advanced kind of role the central midfield players have been for Michigan Stars, so the outside backs have to stay home.
Now, here is Schalbad getting forward. We were just talking about that, playing that wide to Stephen Yunchai. Cross is headed. Will it go behind from Ake? Yes, it will, but only just. Corner for Michigan Stars. Really good little intricate play, launching that attack from just the edge of the attacking third.
Really first clean combination you've seen in the final third for the Stars, ending in a good ball swung in and almost far enough to get to Leon Marich or to drop an earlier. I think it was Schalbad.
Yunchai's ball in, goes back behind. Goal kick. It was Kanate who
I think
headed that away from goal.
Kanate and Stripling fighting for a ball again. That's got to be Stripling calling him off.
Yeah.
Because Kanate, yes, he can get to every ball, but his body's going away from the goal. Stripling's going toward it.
Now, Stripling's a wily veteran. He's played with 2 other NISA clubs previously. You're going to have a time-wasting talking to, I think, to Jacob Boyle. No booking, just a wiggle of the index finger.
That's game management there. He's assuming this is early enough that he gives us warning now. Boyle knows he's on the hook for a yellow card next time.
Walker sweeping that to Hunter Olsen. He won't make an overlapping run. He'll stay where he is, at least for now. And then, now let's pop back to where Olsen expected Walker to be. Now, you had mentioned maybe a lack of defensive urgency at times from Michigan Stars in the first half. I don't think that'll be an issue in the second half here for Maryland Bobcats. That's a really good ball in along the deck from Daniel Wright. Casillas has to turn it behind for a corner. But that's what Daniel Wright can give you from either flank. We've seen him mostly used on the left so far this year. Now on the right with Madukwe coming off. Now can Stephen Yunchai get the delivery right? That's a good one. Headed down, still there at the edge of the 6, and it's poked just wide. Helped on its way by the Bobcats. Not able to break out on a counter because Konate's legs are so darn long. Right, went central. Good slide in by Aka, who has really been all over the place.
And Konate was the one that had that ball down originally too, but stayed after it. Chased down, applied pressure.
I really like Tongwa Aka at the back for the Bobcats. Because he's not the tallest. He's only 5'11", but he manages to be everywhere all at once. He made that great last-ditch lunge at Marich when we thought he was maybe in on goal in the opening minutes of this half. Had that header behind that stopped a ball from getting to Leon Marich on a cross.
Yeah, that was a huge stop. You think about how a goal that quickly started a second half, how that really starts at 2-0 crumble. That'd be such a letdown from all that time at halftime talking about protecting the 2-0 lead. You give up a goal right away, and not only does doubt set in, but so does the whole halftime talk.
Konate's got to go further back to Tenda Makruva, former Zimbabwe international. Ball was poor from the Luch, but Daniel Wright latches onto it anyway. He gets dragged down. Free kick. Fans, check out Nisa's newest streaming platform, Nisa Plus. Your home for all the latest content, highlights, and live matches. It's all here, all the action, all in one place, only on Nisa Plus. So Stephen Yunchai's free kick. It's kind of a tricky one because it's so central.
Yeah. Yep. You figure he's going to try to hit maybe Konate at the 6 in the near side, or it
will carry. Oh boy, that very nearly carried into the net.
I don't know if that's what he planned, but it almost worked out. But it looked like he was trying to get Konate in the near corner of the 6, but Konate is being held up. Didn't get in free.
There's a free kick as Wright plows over Jacob Campbell. I like that. I love that big bronze bulldog statue. Romeo High School are the Bulldogs. And it feels like every time you and I walk by it, somebody or some people are climbing on it.
I know. I never get to sit on it.
Usually young people.
I never get to sit on it because there's always somebody on it every time I walk by.
It's almost never somebody our age. Anyway, here comes Leon Marich. Chance to make it 2-1, but it's tame and right at the feet of Jacob Boyle.
Too easy. Too easy for Jacob Boyle. Only really way he misses that if he's making a guess. But he held his ground, waited for it. Marich played it low and hard, but not enough on it.
Well, it's been a better second half, don't you think, from Michigan Stars? Certainly in an attacking sense.
Yeah, they've answered. They've answered the halftime speech really well so far. Nothing to show for it yet on the board. But they're chipping away at opportunities.
Stars get the free kick. Almost 15 minutes gone in the second half. Stars have had chances, half chances, haven't been able to take them. They've already done one better, though, than they did in the first half, because as we said at the break, they really created very little of note in the first 45 minutes. Maryland Bobcats had them under lock and key. Brady Walker couldn't get there quickly enough. Hunter Olson raises a hand to say, my bad. Stripling going airborne to win the header. Right, with a good hit down to the feet of Andres Chalbot. Wright's got a really good pedigree. Grew up in Metro Detroit. Played for a really good club from Wixom. And played at both Duke and Virginia. This is not always a league that is full of Division I college standouts, but Dan Wright had a real nice career. And Tinay unable to wriggle free from Walker. Here's Jocelyn Pasayan. Swept to Gabara. Clipped by Kanate. Free kick. Yeah, that'll be... Well, will it be just a talking to for Kanate? I think I was expecting the yellow card to come out, but I think it was the magic...
Yeah, you got the foam there.
The magic foam that dissipates.
Except, which was... well, if you're going to wipe the foam away, at least move the ball in front of it. He put it on it. Which maybe gives a little more loft.
Well, will it be Tyler Gabara or Darwin Espinal? My money is on Darwin Espinal taking this free kick. We'll see. Gabara, though, already has a goal this evening.
That's right.
So
that's right. He's a touch away from a brace, but Espinal looks like he's lining it up.
It will be Espinal. That's low and not struck especially well. Certainly not by his standards.
I think even if the wall's bouncing, that's still not getting underneath.
Marich trying to hold off Kaseyase. That pops up, hits Leon Marich in the hand.
That's going to be a foul there.
That was a really good old-fashioned tussle between an uncompromising center back and an uncompromising center forward.
Yeah, with no extra stuff after, just some contact and playing for the ball, and advantage not gained. As I think that foul was from that initial touch. And really, the ball popped up and hit Marich in the hand then, which I thought maybe they would call it then and just go back to advantage, but tried to let him play out of it.
Here's Marich with Tinay in hot pursuit. Ward over there as well. And Leon Marich with the ball spitting at his feet. Can only just barely make contact.
Yeah, that's tough, too, because he's in a 1v2 for way too long. Really needs a runner coming up that sideline quicker than that. No one was able to get to him. Almost gets the cross off.
Seeing that American flag, you can kind of get a sense of what the breeze is now doing. It felt like it was more directly either in the faces of Maryland or at the backs of Michigan Stars in the first half. More of a cross breeze at the moment. And remember, Jacob Boyle still has that yellow card that he can take tactically. He got that talking to 4 or 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, he still has one to give. That's the way I'd look at it if I was him.
And Marich, well, he will be on side if he can latch onto this. It's allowed to drop near the edge of the 18. Great work from Marich. Can he play in Olsen? Oh, he very nearly did. Travis Ward did a great job of just nipping in there, poking it away. And McLeod bangs it straight out for a throw-in.
He sure did. And Marich at least made a game of it, redirected it. Redirected out wide, and a lot more danger up top. Marich getting opportunities, but not having his way yet.
Oh, that's nice for Andrew Wivel. Gabara trying to cut in, but denied by the Stars. Espinal again. Ward. Took it right back from Wivel.
Oof.
Trickles out for a throw-in.
Yeah, McLeod pulling on his hamstring a little bit. Not like what you want to see when you're chasing a game.
No, no indeed. Kyle Healy could come on, or possibly Justin Jun. Should McLeod have to come off? Just spun away from Marich and over the line. Stripling the header straight down. Yunchai couldn't maintain possession. Did well to force Campbell back, but Bobcats able to wriggle out of it. And there's that technical prowess on display once again. Here's Tene. Ward will overlap. Try to anyway. Good block from Walker. Offside. It started with Stripling, but that attack will peter out. Tongwa Aka mops everything up. Olsen tried the back heel. Having to get a little bit more elaborate to try and break down Maryland Bobcats. And, well, after a real positive start to the second half for the Stars, at the moment, it just isn't happening.
Yeah, getting a little bit jammed up again, but got a chance to kind of get reset to defend this. The downside for them is some time went off the clock.
And Ward scooping this up the touchline. That just carried over the line.
Yeah, just numbers not near the ball. Tene was able to receive that ball, no one around him. Bobcats doing a good job finding pockets of space.
Espinal, good tackle last moment by Shalbot. Marich trying to barrel down on Aka, who very calmly gives it back to Boyle. Wisely just pushes it out of play. And you see Enes Djokovic in all black, but the brown belt and shoe combo. Getting up the touchline. He's well on his way to finishing up his A license with UEFA, which is very cool. And this is the change we thought might be coming. Kyle Healy on for Elias McLeod, who you would note was feeling his hamstring a few minutes ago.
Not an ideal situation at all, ever, but also when chasing a game, you don't want to doing too much and ending up with not being effective as well as an injury.
Free kick goes against the Stars, so now I have just 20 minutes plus stoppage time to find 2 goals. So Healy will sit in midfield. He's got a great engine on him. He played at 3 Division I colleges. Cincinnati, that program was discontinued, then Northern Kentucky, and finished at IUPUI. One of the great high school programs in America, Cleveland St. Ignatius. Not just a reliable state champion, but so many recent years they have ended the year #1 nationally in the Max Preps boys soccer poll.
I was about to say the fictitious national championships, they're in there. They're in the running, traveling nationwide. It's actually difficult to travel out of Ohio as well about the rules and regulations for non-contiguous states and missing school. So they've had to kind of change their travel plans, but Mike McLaughlin, one of the great high school coaches, also a club coach as well for that program. He's done a lot for even other people's kids as well, coaching the All-American game numerous years for high schools.
Wivel. Crossfield ball was nice, but Stripling with that cushioned header back to Tatenda Makruva.
And also famous for flying into the wrong airport in Orlando, not realizing there's 2. And having to get a taxi cab before Uber, a cab to the other airport to pick up his rental car. And me, because that's where I was waiting.
Dutifully doing that airport run.
Yeah. He said, I didn't know there's 2 airports in Orlando.
I wouldn't have known.
I did know, but I didn't know an airline that flew into the other one. So I really wonder, maybe they used the Ignatius plane.
Well, that may well be a thing. It wouldn't be too much of a shock.
I'm just glad soccer got to use it for once.
Absolutely. Anyway, here's Wilfred Tenay to Gabara, and now Wivel. We're kind of at that keep-away stage of the night, and when you are as technically gifted across the board as Maryland Bobcats are, they can make that seem pretty routine. Not only that, if you weren't worn out from chasing the game already, if you're Michigan Stars, you will be after trying to hunt these guys down. Tenay with a good initial touch. Through for Elijah Amo. Flag is up. Ball's in the net, but it won't count. Marcus Barnett had that covered right away.
You're not far off.
No, that could not have been off by much at all.
That's one of those times when, as a center back, you're glad you're slightly slower than the attacker because he just outpaced him. I don't think they're trying to let him offside. He just outran him.
Guessing that Amo will be coming off. That's Abdu Yam waiting to come on. And Elijah Amo has now taken a seat, and it is indeed Amo who will come off. He will hobble off behind the goal to our right. So job done for Elijah Amo, and now we'll see if Abdu Yam can score again. He's scored in 3 consecutive games, 1 late insurance goal and 2 late winners. Yeah. Good from Olsen. And Walker overlapping. The early cross was a nice idea. That drops here for Leon Marich. And a great stop by Boyle, beating that away to his right for a corner.
Even more impressive, that's off of a deflection. He's got a deflection about 12 yards before the ball gets to him. Still had a lot of pace on it. Not as much as what Leon Marich hit it at first, but credit the boy for not leaving his feet. Still use his feet to get in position before dealing with that ball.
Talking about Aka is down.
Much better half so far from Leon Marich as far as effectiveness. And, of course, you're playing
and
a high
activity
striker.
level, it's felt like.
Activity level. You've got to be fed. You've got to find those moments. You can't just chase. He's often left on the island defensively up there. So, really, his job is to usher the play one way or another, not really just chase the ball.
Yunchai's ball almost found Kanate, who goes down. Indeed it is. So with 15 minutes left in this second half, Michigan Stars have a penalty and a chance to cut into the deficit. And it's Leon Marich, who converted so many penalties last year, who will take this one.
There's the third time that I caught Kanate being held overly aggressively. and finally, one that he tried to make a play in the ball. I don't know if he sold it or if it was real. You couldn't really tell. But anytime you're holding a player like he's being held, you're in danger of getting a call made.
So Leon Marich looking for his 5th goal of the season. Very short run up and scores right down the middle. He sent Jacob Boyle to his right, and it's game on in Romeo. Michigan Stars 1, Maryland Bobcats 2. Late goal specialists, we've said. Do they have another one in them?
He's trying to sort out. Boyle's style looked like he's trying to look as small as possible, then explode, and Marich looked at maybe just put it right to where Boyle left from. Didn't give much away.
Well, I was about to ask if it changes the approach any, especially for Maryland Bobcats, going from 2-0 to 2-1. Evidently not, because they're coming right down the left with Darwin Espinal, who almost immediately wins a corner.
Well, you know there's going to be stoppage time, so you had 14 minutes plus stoppage time left, so you figure you've got to attack a little bit longer before you can sit back and hold back, and you certainly don't want your players getting down. Try to get something positive right away off the kickoff, and they did, winning this corner. And odd.
Is that Stephen Yunchai is down? Long sleeves, I think it's him.
Yeah, it is. On the bridge of his nose.
That's kind of a weird one. Well, Leon Marich now tied atop the Golden Boot race with 5. Tied with Darwin Espinal and Patrick Okonkwo of Georgia FC.
That's an odd placement for the ball in the corner kick. See how it's not on the end line.
See if it works for him.
And that's why he was trying to get anything extra he could to try an Olympico there. Try to put it first time in the goal.
Back in by Gabara. Deflected by Stars defender. Swept partially away. Koseyase tries his luck. Ooh, that was hit with some venom, but slicing away from the near post. And a little bit high. To Tinda Makruva begging for a ball from the ball kid.
Yeah, usually there's a ball next to the goal. There wasn't at this time, so he's trying to get it from a guy on the sideline that, I'm just happy he's playing the soccer ball. He's out there having a good time.
I was young once.
To the side.
I think I was young once.
Yeah.
Makruva trying to pick out Brady Walker. Does find him. Wivel played that nicely. And that's unlocked the defense a bit. Some space for Travis Ward. And just off of Tenay's instep.
Unlucky for Maryland Bobcats. They had about a 4-on-3 if they played quick. They did a really good job of spreading across that back line.
Someone yelling out, "Why are we so slow?"
I was thinking the same thing. Just not a lot of urgency defensively again, and just a little bit off on timing.
Vern to throw in at halfway, though. Kanate often has license to take it forward. Lost his footing again, though. Has to get up in a hurry because we've seen how quick and instinctive Abdou Yam is, and he was the Bobcat player closest to him to try and counter. Right. Oh, that was intended for Walker, I think, but Healy was in the way. Here's Espinal against Shalbut. 2 veterans, 1v1. Good win. Right. Well, it's a lovely idea. Well played by Koseyase back there. He's done really well for me, Dominic Koseyase.
I mean, you think about that whole back line, that the effort they've had today. They're finally spoiled by a penalty kick, but kind of talking about an undersized back line when you 6 foot's not is oversized for me, not undersized for undersized for you maybe, but undersized for going against Leon Marich oftentimes for balls in the air, but they've done well dealing with everything today.
And, you know, we talked about that height advantage that Michigan Stars do have at a lot of positions, but when you consider that you've got a 6'2" right back and Travis Ward, that's not a position where you see a lot of guys that are above 6 feet tall. And Kosei and Aka, though he's not very big, uses his body really well.
Yeah, and that's definitely part of it. As long as you've got an opportunity to use your athleticism, use your width if you don't have the height, you can deal with most things.
Stripling got the better of Abdu Yam right there into the final 10 minutes. Espinal. Yunshai pressing highest up the pitch. Marich up there as well. Now watching Maryland try and knit things together behind them. Espinal in a bit of space. Gabara just got on the wrong side of Walker. Shooting space was closed down quickly, and it had to be quick because we know just how venomous his shots can be. We learned that in the first half. Healy's clearance. Yunshaw having to come from very deep and being harassed by Pasayan. Good work by the captain.
Big touch by Boyle. Almost paid for it there.
He was almost pulled down by Leon Marich, too. I think he was maybe expecting contact that never came. Here's Dan Wright. What can he create? Well, in the end, the leaping grab followed by the power dive from Jacob Boyle.
I know it's coming, and I still have to laugh every single time when it happens like that.
I'm not sure that was what Dan Wright was trying to do.
No.
But in the end, it goes down as a shot on target.
Yeah. I think he's trying to play it much shallower than that.
One more change for the Stars. That's Nick Nicola. And he will come on for Brady Walker. So I wonder if that means Dan Wright comes over to left back. Or maybe Healy back there.
I think they're shifting to a 3 based on, because Konate's sliding left. Looks like they're shifting to a 3-back system. Yeah, so looks like they're going to shift to a 3-back system. Going to have
Wright has come over to this near side, though.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like he's more of a wing, so maybe more a 3-5-3 or 3-4-3. I'm sorry, 3.
That would be a heck of a thing if they could pull off the 3-5-3.
If you could play it, why wouldn't you? For those at home.
Pull the goalie extra attacker?
Oh, no, I'd keep the goalie in.
We are Hockey Town adjacent after all.
Keep the keeper in. Just play with 12.
Here's Marich. And Wright was in plenty of space on the left, but there was no way Marich was going to find him. Now he does. Nicola was ahead of him. Not the right ball, I don't think, from Wright. Bobcat throw in, and, well, you talked about lack of urgency earlier. There certainly isn't any now. Nor should there be from Maryland's point of view.
When a team's playing slow, putting the ball back in bounds, that the perfect response is, well, if you don't want us to do that, don't kick the ball out of bounds. It's fair.
Nicola trying to get around Kosei had a big fistful of jersey, which the referee hasn't seen. Olsen, can he shake loose and get a cross in? Well defended. Not quite over the line. Wright sends it in. Boy, keeper had to retreat away from that. Lelouch took a touch, but can't maintain possession.
Oh, Marich had already, unfortunately for Marich, he had got the ball freed up, but then was going back in and got the legs, and it makes sense for a yellow.
Yes, he did. Is that the first booking of the night?
That's the first
one I can recall.
Yeah, because we had the false start over there, which is actually just for the foam spray for the ball was going. That I think we both thought the card was coming out. We had the Stern talking to the Boyle very early. We had I don't think it was Amo. Someone got the here and here, no more, for two fouls.
That was Elijah Amo, yes. Free
yeah.
kick to the Stars. We'll see if Nicholas Nicola can make an impact in these final few minutes. He did score twice in a game against Gold Star last year as a 17-year-old. Assisted on the Stars' first NISA goal of the year, a header on for the onrushing Praise Madukwe, who was taken off in this game at halftime. Detenda Makruva. Can he serve the right kind of free kick? Well, that wasn't the result he wanted, that's for sure. But Dan Wright has the second ball, goes to ground, maintains possession. That's some play from Dan Wright, who almost threw the hands of Boyle. It does go behind for a corner. Well, you can't say they haven't had chances in the second half.
No.
Michigan Stars.
Can't say that at all.
Can they create one and take one here? From Stephen Yunchai's corner, the header from Niels Lelouch. That's the player you want in that situation, that late goal specialist that we've talked about. It's not the ball that Jacob Boyle wanted. This is the one he wants. And I don't want to take it. You take it, Tongwa Aka. Stripling.
Oh.
And Gabara's won a free kick, which is taken immediately. Here's Travis Ward. And Wilfried Tinay. Wright went to ground. Can he keep this in play? Yes, he can. Ha! That worked out. Through the legs of Wilfried Tinay, who then leaves him on the deck and concedes the free kick.
Man, Daniel Wright has had a wonderful last 2 minutes.
You know, he plays like a guy that would have his socks rolled down, don't you think?
Yeah, he really does.
I think that every time I see him.
He does. It's a good description of.
Another Makruva free kick. Can't win the first ball. Healy kept Stars with possession. Lelouch heading that on. Just comes off of Aka. Stars wanted a handball, did not get it. And that's well played from Yam to Espinal. Yam's asking for it up ahead. He carved out space for Wilfried Tinay. Trying to sew it up with one more goal. Chance hasn't quite gone away. Can Wivel whip one in? He'll leave it to Tinay. We'll try and pull the Stars out of position. Ward still coming into the box, 1-against-4. Makruva was going to come out, but Healy took it to the side of the 18. 90 seconds left to the 90. Bit of stoppage time to come. Yeah, free kick for a push in the back against Nick Nicola.
Oh, referee lets that go.
Went quickly. Thought they may not, and in the end it didn't work out.
Yeah, they went quick, and then a Bobcats player swung out at the ball. You imagine the official's his comeback's gonna be, look, you went fast. You knew the guy was standing there. He didn't make contact, didn't call it.
Yunchai got his bearings back on the spin, and he's played in Hunter Olsen here. Olsen with a chance to tie it. Oh, that's great goalkeeping by Boyle. He got down so quickly, and he had to. It's a corner for the Stars.
What a great ball then by Stephen Yunchai.
Certainly was. Now can he do it again from the corner? Good delivery. Boyle punches away. Healy will let that ride. Long throw in. And Olsen will trot over to serve this into the 18. I think Milo Barton is ready to come on.
And fourth official's about to put up stoppage time.
Olsen's ball in, headed down. Free kick against the Stars. Lelouch. Well, that's interesting. The guy that does all the late goal scoring for Michigan Stars is often Milo Barton's on. Man down there right on the football goal line. That's Jake Campbell.
And we could tell the fourth official was signaling how much stoppage time to both sides, but we couldn't tell what he was saying.
With the substitution having to go up on the board, there has been no signal as to how much time added on there would be. Kanate thumping header. Poseidon went to ground. That's a captain's challenge right there. Just throwing your body down to the turf. 4 minutes, we're told. Time added on, which would have already begun. Bakruva forward. Olsen the target. Was headed on. And Kosease turns that away. Throw in. Barton's first involvement was to make life kind of tough for him. Another long throw in, and Bakruva, well, maybe thinking about coming all the way forward. Right now he's in the center circle for something that might be cleared out his way. He can smash it back in. Olsen. Kanate over the top. Way over the top. Naka will just bang this forward. Anywhere will do in stoppage time. Well, our last roll of the dice here for the Stars. Here comes Dan Wright. He's done really well since coming on. That was kind of a knuckler, wasn't it, to the near post? I'm not sure that was what he had intended. Nicola makes a bit of contact with Jacob Boyle.
Tries to pick him up, make sure Boyle can't stay down.
Like Paul Gascoigne, 1990, you think he's going to apologize to the player that he's fouled?
Yes.
Instead, he's trying to hold his mouth closed so he can't scream.
Gaza was special.
That is a word one could use to describe Paul Gascoigne, yes. Campbell couldn't smack that through for Yam. Then an off-ball collision. Nicola heads it on. Olsen had to wait for that to come down. Oh, that's nasty. That is a nasty challenge from Aka, who gets a yellow for that. Ouch.
I would say ouch, and obviously not a great place to give up a foul like that either. Yeah, you're getting numbers back, but it's a tough place.
Bobcat very late change. Julian Hodek will come in for Tyler Gabara. Hodek, a German, played collegiately at Florida International. 13 assists his first 2 years there. But he's not thinking about assists right now. He's thinking about what can I do in the final minute or so of stoppage time to maintain the 3 points for the visitors. Stephen Yunchai's free kick. Decent delivery. Oh, Stripling threw himself at that. Threw himself into the man as well. And Daniel Wright just got booked from a distance for dissent, presumably. Was that Ward that got wiped out? Indeed. Well, Michigan Stars right now staring down the barrel of just their second defeat of the league season. First one was that really surprising 4-1 loss on the road to Georgia FC, who deserve an awful lot of credit because they had to put a team together really quickly, got a very late start, and have hung pretty tough. Michigan Stars hung tough in the second half tonight, but Maryland Bobcats, that impeccable first 45 minutes and the last few minutes of the first half in particular, the goals from Richard Forka and Tyler Gabara held up. Leon Marich hit that penalty 15 minutes from the end. The Stars an improved second half, but in the end it was too little too late.
Yeah, it always seemed like an urgency problem that first half, especially on the defending side for the Stars, but they came out in the second half. They've much better effort, like you said, and opportunities, chances, getting people forward, and a little bit grittier maybe defending-wise, and the Bobcats had the 2-point lead. That was more than enough to get through the second half with some very good goalkeeping. As you were talking about, technically they're so good. That's a tough team to come back at.
Oh, yeah.
Because if they want to hold the ball for a while, they can.
Such an improved performance. We expected it from Maryland Bobcats compared to when they were here a month ago. Since then, 5 played in the league, 5 wins.
Yeah, and we saw the potential in that first game, didn't we? Just how good
Absolutely.
they were, and it just wasn't their day, and they weren't on the same page.
They are now.
Yeah, they are now, and they're rolling really, really well. A lot of great contributions from different places. Hopefully the guys that did exit the game were safety subs, maybe just worried or concerned about an injury. Obviously, you don't want to be pulling those guys out as early as you did, but hopefully they come back. But great team effort from them.
These teams will play again just 5 days from today in Maryland. Go back there August 21st and September 14th. So a couple of big matches to close out the regular season. You have to think this will be the 1 seed and 2 seed in the East Conference playoffs once autumn rolls around.
And NISA has proven, just get into the playoffs, and then things can happen. It can come from anywhere. Obviously, you want the better seed to have a little bit of control of your own destiny, but win the games you should. Take 1 or 2 from the tough games, and both these teams are going to trade a couple games off early. Now let's see what they do in the next 2.
Upcoming matches, Club de Leon and Savannah Clovers on June 12th. Campo FC and Irvine Zeta on the 14th. And then another Georgia derby on the 15th. Georgia FC and Savannah Clovers. Those two have played some interesting matches with one another this season. And LA Force will try and remain atop the West Conference on June 15th. They're at the top. Arizona Monsoon in the basement. We'll see if Arizona can pull themselves out of that. LA Force have been awfully good so far this year. Just the second defeat of the season for Michigan Stars. Maryland Bobcats, a whale of a performance away from home. They come to Romeo and they take it by 2-1. For Chris Black and our crew, Mason Lowry saying so long. You've been watching Michigan Stars on NISA Plus and the Michigan Soccer Network. So long.
In for Baccarat, and that goes in! Hugo Baccarat gives Flint City a 3-2. Buckley, the ball falls to Buckley. 1-on-1 with Etheridge. What a save!
Welcome into the first ever MSN All-State Media Day for girls soccer. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrat.
Ball comes in, a good head! 1-0! Shot, another save from Etheridge! Rebound, and it goes in the back of the net. The Bulldogs up 1-0! Burzma, but then for Vlasma! 3-0! Stuart Heiss with a shot! Upper 90 and in!
Effectively today here on the Michigan Soccer Network, we are launching our new division of player recruitment videos.
Mario Canoe now finds